Welcome back, everybody, to another Bloodbath live stream. One that I'm actually doing in the middle of the day, finally. It's basically right now the afternoon time. It's 2 p.m. And I'm feeling a little bit better so far. I think that was my mom. I feel a little bit better about this since, I'm a little bit more awake. And I'm in a better mood than I was in the last live stream that I did. That I think I removed it for whatever reason, but in a bit of a better mood to actually play this time. So, the last time I played, I got 48%, a new best, which is actually crazy. I got a little bit more into Crack's part, so I don't know if we're gonna make it to Crack's part today, but we're gonna try. So first off, I'm gonna get some practice in. I think what'll be best. Oh, and by the way, I have decided, I don't know if it's for sure, but I feel like having click between frames on was making me lag for some reason, and I just decided to get rid of it. I just decided, I'm gonna use the in-game one and just see how I play, and if I play like ass, I'll probably just reinstall click between frames again, but we're gonna see how I play without it. I haven't actually done any testing, but we're gonna just go ahead and find out immediately. So I say, let's go immediately to Crack. See how we play here. And so there is a noticeable difference I'm noticing. This is like, I have to get used to these physics, but I mean, they're not terrible, but like, I have to get used to this. I feel like, okay, there we go. What I'm gonna do, I'm actually gonna, okay, I could still straight fly. Okay, I had a little bit of an easier time getting through that. Okay. I got high hopes, but I mean, I was ass at Crack even with click between frames. So, really need to practice up on this part. Oh damn! I didn't expect that kind of run. Okay. I'd say I'm doing better with just the in-game click between steps than I was with click between frames. I mean this part right here. I mean, upside down miniship sucks no matter the physics, to be honest. I think miniship in general. Hold on, what just popped up? I swear to you, I saw something pop up in my chat and it disappeared. I guess I'm tripping. I'm having a slightly easier time with Crack. I mean, I don't know if that's just because I'm streaming at a much better time than I usually was, but I don't know, I seem to be doing a little bit better with it. And as soon as I say that, I'm now playing like dog shit. But you know what? I mean, if I can keep up that, maybe I can beat Bloodbath a lot faster on this than I could with just normal CBF. I mean, I think CBF is better because there's no like TPS limit, because I know the built-in one has like a 480 TPS limit, I think. But I feel like that doesn't really affect much, at least for me. I mean, it makes me play a little bit better because, bro, I've been a 60 hertz player for a long while before this setup. Okay, what's that? 53 to 95. You know what? Not a bad run. Not a bad run at all. I will take that run. If there's any part, I'm definitely gonna need practice with Michigan. Michigan is probably where I'm gonna find myself mostly dying. Especially this UFO. And this wave. I hate this wave more than the UFO. The second half of Evasium can be a little tricky. I feel like if there's any transition that's going to be necessary for me to practice, it's this one. The transition going into Etzer, because man, it's so easy to die here. I'm gonna practice this end part really quick. Especially that upside down straight fly. Okay. I mean, I'm so far. I think my progress so far on Bloodbath is so far doing a lot better with just the in-game CBS rather than the freaking mod itself. I mean, I'm sure CBF is better if you want like barely, if you want like a TPS limit that you're definitely not going to reach, because they said that with CBF, the limit is like a number that I don't think you can reach. I think that's what it says. You know, I'm going to fact check myself on that one. Hold on. I'm actually gonna... The hell is click after frames? That's a thing? Yeah, it's there. Well, it technically does. It's an extremely large number that would be hard to calculate, yeah. No, the number's freaking massive. But let's do some runs from 0 on the real level. I feel like no matter what I do to my game, 11% will always be ass. I didn't die to it this time, but I could die to it next time. Okay, well that was relatively quick. Guess I just wasn't fast enough there. If you hear talking in the background, that's like the rest of my family. I don't know what they're talking about. Because I have headphones on and I can barely hear them. That was way too close, bro. Okay, I don't know how I managed to click that early. Maybe I should actually do that part really quick. Okay, so let's go back to the real level. Let's see. Sounds like they're yelling at each other. I don't know if they are, but their voices are high. And that usually only happens when they're annoyed. Glad I'm not involved in that. Okay, 30%. Relatively early. Yeah, I just noticed. I should minimize that and just only have chat up. Okay, yep, there's an 11% depth for you. If anyone's curious about the music sounding weird sometimes, it's because I have auto music sync on. I find I play better with it. Okay. It's funny, I play slightly better with auto music sync, and when I beat Cataclysm, I don't think I have my headphones on. Like, I don't know if it's like, because when I take my headphones off and I set them to the side, but it's like where I can still hear the music, I play slightly better, but I'm playing with the headphones on this time. But if I start playing like really shit, then I'll probably take them off. Because I like still hearing the music. went a little high there. See, the thing with this ship, because if you've probably already noticed this, most definitely, but I am using FT Toasty's icons, because I told her I'd use them. I told her I'd use them to beat Bloodbath, and then I ended up beating Cataclysm with them. So, now we're back on Bloodbath. And I told her I'd beat it with her icons, so that's exactly what I'm doing. I did have my own icon set for like a period of a week, which I only made because she did like an icon rating, and I tried to make like my best set. I don't know. I might eventually use it again, probably after Bloodbath, if I choose to play more extreme demons, or I'll just do star grinding streams, because that's what I kind of want to do after Bloodbath. Just play some levels like casually, you know. I'm yapping a little too much. Jesus, did you see how close that was? See too close. Do I have the zoom mod? Yeah, I do. I removed a couple mods. I only kept the ones that I use. Ooh, that wave. This wave really sucks. Like, you have to be really precise with those clicks, or those spikes will cook you. Damn, I was not expecting to pass crack. That's crazy. So, I mean, I noticed my game is definitely playing a lot better. So maybe it was CBF that was the issue. I mean, I can't be fully sure, but I'm just gonna say CBF was probably doing something to my game, which was making it not run so good. Speaking of which, my brother, he plays GD2, and I don't think he's ever played with click between frames. I think he's always ever done the in-game one, the one I'm doing, which is crazy. He's actually beaten Cataclysm. He beat it like 5 months before me, which is really cool. He also has 95% on Bloodbath. He almost beat it, which is insane. But it wasn't on the real level. It was like a copyable, I think. Which is how most top players beat levels now. Which I don't know why, to be honest. I'll never understand why players beat levels on copyables instead of the actual level. Like, whenever Zoink beat, Society, he beat it on a copy, not on the actual level, which is... I don't know why he does that. Okay, that was quite interesting. I got used to these physics pretty fast. That UFO, man. I think the wave is worse, but man, Michigan's UFO is a really close second. Okay. Okay, well that was a lag. I don't know what that was. Whoa. How did I live that? Bro, literally. That's the annoying thing about miniship. Like, you click slightly in a portal, like in a gravity change portal, and your miniship just freaking jumps in the air. Like, sometimes it does it, sometimes it does. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. It's really weird. I think it's a weird physics thing with the miniship. Sometimes you click inside a gravity portal, and your miniship just bounces in an unnatural way. It's really strange. I mean, I think, like that. You see how it just kind of bounced? That's the only reason why I even hit that spike at 11. Like, I don't think it should be doing that. Like, even if you click in the portal, like, it's, like, it would have done something like that, you know? But a little bit more higher. I don't know, it's a weird quirk with the miniship that I really dislike. Okay. Like, brother, like, come on now. That couldn't have been more than a pixel. Okay, now we're just dying to dumb shit. You see how the miniship just did that really weird bounce? Like if you think about it, with miniship, like even if you click lightly, the miniship like barely goes up in the air. So how does it bounce like that? Okay, I don't know what that was. See, something like that. There you go. That's how I expect it to work. Man, see, the main thing, especially with this particular click, like I can mostly pass the first two, but the third one is always the one that gives me trouble, and usually it's because I click late. But this time I clicked early. So that, what an interesting one there. See, there it goes, again with the unnatural bounce of the mini ship. What was Vermilion on when he made this? Okay. Oh, how did I manage to do that? Okay, now that straight fly. That straight fly honestly looks tighter than it really is. Which trips me up for some reason. What was that? Was that a bug or something? I've never had that happen before. Hold on, give me a second. Okay. I've never had that happen to me before. That's really strange. I didn't even know that was possible to happen. I guess you learn something new every day. I feel like that might have been a bug. Not what just happened, but what happened at that ball part a couple seconds ago. I've never seen anyone do that. Okay, 37. 37, we made it to Evasium. Okay, 33. That wave really sucks. So, I guess I'll tell you a story, I guess, while I'm suffering through this. I guess not really a story, but something that happened, right? So, like, you know how, I don't know what it is, but there's, like, a bunch of songs that, like, when you listen to them, like, for example, well, in the one I'm gonna use, this is actually what happened, but did you know that Stereo Madness, the song by Forever Bound, is blocked in Russia? Insane stuff. So one of the live streams, actually, hold on, let me focus up really quick. Holy crap. 48 times 2. So anyway, the story that I was gonna say is that, well, not really a story, but, like, I was going through, like, my live streams, because I was gonna remove a few of them that had, like, that were, like, blocked in countries. And one of them was, like, a recent one. Most of them were old streams that were blocked in other countries because of the songs, but one of them was a newer one, and I believe it was a Cataclysm. It was a Cataclysm stream, and I think well, not I think, I know why, but, like, the reason it got blocked was because at the very end, I was like, man, I gotta beat something. So I went off into the main levels and I beat Stereo Madness, and then literally it got blocked in Russia. Which I think the only reason that, like, because a ton of things are blocked in Russia. Like the song Kids by MGMT, or Management, whatever they're called. That's also blocked in Russia. The same thing with the song Rude by Magic. And I think they're blocked because there's, like, a distributor in Russia, and I think they pulled out of Russia because of the whole, like, war that's going on over there. But I genuinely thought, like, these artists... Alright, hold on, let me focus up. Anyway, what I was gonna say is I thought these artists, like, genuinely, like, stopped releasing their stuff to Russia, but I don't think it's their fault. I don't think it's their fault. It's because the freaking, like, distributor in Russia pulled out, or whatever. I don't know exactly how it works. I mean, as a music producer, I probably should, but I think that's what I read. I think that's what I read the last time I seen it. That, like, there's a big distributor over there that pulled out. But for the longest time, I was like, why would they make their music unavailable in Russia? I mean, that whole war with Ukraine was going on at the time, and I think it's still going on. I'm not sure. I haven't looked into that, but I thought the artists were doing it on purpose, and I was just like, why would they block their music in Russia? Like, to me, it makes no sense to do that, because most of the people who are listening to your music in Russia are just normal people. So why are they getting punished? Just because their country is doing some messed up thing. I mean, I don't think that should be a reason to pull your music out of Russia. But that's just my opinion. Okay. But, like, I don't know, the way I look at it, it just seems like you're punishing the normal people. You know, I feel like, in, like, particularly with, like, Russia, I mean, blame Putin for the things that Russia's doing. Don't blame the people, and don't take your music away from the people, because the people did nothing wrong, you know? That's what I thought for a while, but, you know, it's not these artists' fault that their music isn't in Russia. I mean, I let my music go everywhere. I don't even content ID my music. So hopefully the people in Russia are able to listen to my music. I would hope so. I would hope everywhere around the world everyone can. It is actually crazy though, my music has been heard in like over 90 countries, which is incredible. Evasium's UFO is like really annoying. Because you have to do a certain click pattern. If you don't, you just die. And if you slightly mess up the click pattern, you'll get thrown off the course. I mean, you could probably slightly be off time and it'll still work. But if it's like significant enough, you're just cooked. And I know the pattern, man, but I suck at execution, man. Especially doing it from 0. Where, like, the entire thing's on the line. I will admit, that one's my fault, because for some reason I clicked extra times there when I shouldn't have. Upside down shit, man. I mean, I will admit, upside down physics in levels like this, I don't mind. But in like the 2.2 physics, upside down ship is the worst. See, like one little mistake like that and it's over. The second part of Evasium sucks. But I will admit, it doesn't suck as bad as, like, other parts. It's just mildly annoying. So glad Bloodbath still has the 2.1 physics. Because I don't know what it is, but there is a version out there. There is a version, I think, of Buff This that is like, I think it's a shitty version, like a version without decoration. The worst thing about it is that it uses 2.2 physics. And at the beginning, you know how you straight fly, and then you go into an upside down straight fly directly after? You just can't do it. It's like almost impossible. It's like how do I describe this? I don't know if any of you out there have ever played on, like 60 hertz, like native 60 hertz, straight flying on there, it's possible, but you can't like spam to straight fly, because if you spam, your ship will like start veering like up, which is why, you know, 60 hertz is like really hard. You have less frames to click, and then when you start spamming, sometimes it like registers. I think what happens is that it registers like multiple inputs on a frame. So then, like, when it does that, the ship, it recognizes those inputs, and that's what I think. I'm not very good with this stuff, but I'm assuming what happens is that when you click multiple times on 60 hertz, it puts like multiple of those clicks on the frame. So then that's why the ship starts like going up, or it's just the physics, because physics on 60 hertz is different than, you know, 120, 144, and things like that. I'm probably completely wrong here, but that's my little theory there, that it puts multiple inputs on a frame, so the ship will start like going up. Like when you spam, like on 144, you spam, your ship, it kind of veers up a slight bit. You don't do like one of those, you just like that, right? And then your ship goes straight. If you did that on 60 hertz, the ship would just go up. Like, it wouldn't stay straight. So the way you do it is that, like, on 60 hertz, you just go, just kind of like this. Kind of like how I did it right there. Here, I can do it again. That's kind of like how you do it on 60 hertz, just like that. And that's what I've been doing for the longest time when I used to play on 60 hertz. 60 hertz and 60 FPS, by the way. But now, I mean, I'm still on 60 FPS. You could see it right there. But I'm playing with the, you know, click between steps. So, you know, you can click in between the frames. So you can function on it just like, you know, 360, 480 hertz or whatever, you know, or FPS. So, you know, I've been playing a lot better ever since the whole click between frame and click between steps. I mean, even on 60 hertz, I managed to beat Windy Landscape. So, you know, I'll take that. That's probably my best achievement I've ever done on 60, was Windy Landscape. But now that I'm playing with like the mods and stuff and the click between frames, you know, now my best is, I mean, my personal best, I feel, is Cataclysm. Even though on the, because if you look at the RDL, right, it says that Hypersonic is above Cataclysm, which is, I don't know, strange to me, because I feel like I had a tougher time with Cataclysm. I did beat Cataclysm faster, but that was when I was like more focused, because back then when I was doing Hypersonic, I wasn't an extreme demon grinder, you know. Hypersonic's my first extreme. But I don't know, I seem that like when I went back and I played Hypersonic parts, because I did do that recently, I had an easier time. And then when I played Cataclysm, I was terrible. So, I don't know. I think in my personal opinion, I think hypersonic's easier, but, you know, not really up to me to make those decisions. It's just an opinion. But I feel like either way, both of them are going to be trumped whenever I beat, um, Bloodbath. Which, from the looks of it, I'm not doing too good at right now. Because I'm dying to really dumb stuff for some reason. Oh yeah, quick shout out by the way to Electrozade 2000. He was the dude that he was the dude I shouted out in the description for inspiring me to beat Cataclysm. Shout out to him again because recently he beat Acu, and I think that is actually really cool. He beat it relatively fast. I don't think he beat it on live stream. I think he beat it like on a normal recording. But, you know, props to him. Because Acu, I considered playing it, but to be honest, Acu's like really learning. And I don't know if I could handle it. Whereas Bloodbath here is just more like skill based. Man, like, you have to click late here, because if you don't, then you get this. I think that's what I was talking about in my last Bloodbath stream, but I didn't exactly demonstrate it too well. But that's what I meant. Honestly, I feel like today I'm playing a lot better. Definitely better when you're actually in a mood to play and stream. See, something like this is kind of like what happens over here, except on this one. Usually what I do. But this time it's a little bit different. Alright. How many 11% deaths do I have? I have to have at least a couple. 84. 84. And man, that is highlighted. I actually don't know what it means when it's highlighted, because it doesn't appear to say unless it does. I don't know if it says like what it means. But I don't know. It doesn't appear to say unless it does, and I'm just dumb. Oh well, does it actually say it in here? Okay, can I skip through all this? It probably said it in there and I just didn't even notice. I'm assuming it just means you're most likely to die there. And boy is it right. Boy is it right. Cause miniship, huh? Miniship is so fun. You might wonder why I hate Crack's part the most. Because that whole part is miniship. But honestly, I mean, I will say, I mean, 48 times 2, I mean, I will say, you know what? I should probably put that in the stream title. I will say, for, getting to Crack's part from 0, it actually is, crazy how far I actually got in Crack's part. I got to 48% again, which I didn't think was gonna happen. I thought I was literally gonna die to, like, the first, upside down gravity portal and going in between there, like at the beginning. That's what I thought I was gonna die to. I don't know how I managed to click that late. I don't know, you ever just have like you feel like you have like a pattern down, and then when you do it, I just got a void click. I don't know, you ever just have like a pattern that's like slightly consistent, and then when you die doing that pattern, even though, like, for some reason, even though you feel like you did it exactly the same, you didn't, and it was just off slightly? Like, I don't know, I feel like I always click like that all the time, but for some reason I just freaking died. But if you layered the recordings, like, I would have actually clicked early compared to the other times. I don't know if it's like a weird, probably just a weird thing that only I have. Like, come on now, like, what do you call that? Why did Rob Top make the hitboxes like that? Like, I feel like it's really weird. Really weird the way the hitboxes are. Oh, the wave, man. The freaking wave. I think when me and my brother talked about Bloodbath one time, I think he said Michigan's part, he said the UFO is the worst, but then I was just like, no, dude. Hold on, there's something on my, okay. But I told him, like, no, dude. the wave is so much worse. I mean, the UFO also sucks, but man, I have an easier time with that than I do that wave part. See? Quite literally. Got past the UFO again, died to that wave again. I don't know, is there a consistent strategy you can do with that wave to pass it every time? Because I feel like a lot of people just spam through that little gap. But I just can't do that. Because if I spam through that gap, I feel like I'll die again. I mean, I could do it like that, but I feel like doing it this way. I like doing it that way. It just feels smoother to me. Good old 11%. 11% is honestly like how on Hypersonic I had 63, and then on Cataclysm I had like what did I have on Cataclysm? 13% on Cataclysm, I think. 13.4, I think. Now on Bloodbath it's 11. I've gotten 11 like 4 times now, or 3 times. Yeah, Hypersonic 63, Cataclysm 13. Both numbers end in 3. And Bloodbath is the outlier here, because that number ends in 1. 11%, both ones. Like how King Samalot has 5-5, I have 1-1. Speaking of like 5-5, I finally watched the video on how 5-5 came to be, and it was because Vortrox made something called 4-9. Which I think is really goofy. And King Sam was like, alright, we need a number. And then 5-5 came about. Which, he was playing a certain level to achieve that. Which I believe was this level. I think it was this one. Oh yeah, look at that. 5-5. You definitely know it was this level. Did Samalot comment on this? Probably not. But that's where 5-5 originated. Which I think is pretty cool. Now that level's probably got a lot of attention. See, this is usually what happens. Move the mouse over. Man, 11% is really... 11% is so annoying. I can't be the only one who constantly dies to 11%. I don't even know how I managed to click this early. Like, what is that? Oh man, I actually did that again. I don't know. This particular spike, look at it. It's not any of these. It's not this, not this, not this, not this. It's this one. Specifically this spike that gives me trouble. Like, when I die to this particular part on Evasium, it's always this one. This spike is like the bane of my existence, dude. But I feel like even if you removed it... I mean, if you removed it, it'd probably make the level easier. Which is definitely the reason why that spike exists. That particular spike. Because if you actually were to remove that spike, no one would ever die there. Man, whoa, that was like... Now that was the pixel. I didn't even have to pause the game and zoom in to tell that. Like, why do I do this, man? What's that one? I don't know if it's a meme or if... Because I've heard people use it in memes, but it's like the... Why are we here? Just to suffer. That's how I'm feeling right now. I thought a new best could be possible. But no, I died to the exact same place. Man, like, Like, I don't know. Like, would you guys... Is that a freaking... I made a Nazi symbol, bro. um, I made a freaking swastika out of this. I don't know how I managed to do that. But, like, when you look at... Like, should this count as a death? Like, if you really think about it. I mean, if it was back more, and these two pixels were colliding, like, this one and this one, I'd get that, yeah, but, like... I don't know. I feel like they're separated. Or maybe I'm just really bad at game design. I'm just really bad at game design to know that that really is a hit. Man, this freaking wave. It's this particular click. Like, this click and also this one, I think. This click and this one right here are like the two that I keep dying to. I guess while we're here, I might as well explain the title, because a lot of you have probably seen the title, and right next to my last extreme it says maybe in parentheses. That's mainly because, I mean, I have talked a lot about, like, not playing extremes anymore after beating Bloodbath, but I'm kind of on the fence about it still. Like, I don't know if I still want to play Extreme Demons, or if I don't. If I want to, or if I don't. I don't really know the answer, to be honest, and, I mean, that's something I'm probably gonna find out after beating Bloodbath. Like, I probably won't know till after this. But, like, I always had the idea that Bloodbath was gonna be my last extreme. But, like, honestly, with how far I've come with Extreme Demons so far, I've only got 2 beaten. But I don't know, I just feel like in the back of my mind I could beat more. But, like, I'm really not too sure about it. I could beat more if I tried hard enough. But I feel like I probably won't beat anything harder than Bloodbath. I might just play demons below it. Like, I don't know. I feel like, I mean, if not extreme demons, I might do a couple insane demons, because I've beaten 4 insane demons. I mean 3 if you don't want to count Supersonic, because Supersonic used to be a hard demon. But I don't know. I feel like at some point, I mean, maybe at some point, if, like, I get extremely bored and I want to play an extreme demon, I'll probably do it. But I feel like there's like a 50-50 chance Bloodbath might be my last. Which is why the maybe is there. But who knows, maybe I'll play like Insane Demons or something. Like Acropolis, I thought about beating that one because I have not beaten Acropolis yet. And Acropolis, I mean, it could definitely help work on my timing skills. Because Acropolis is a timing level. So that could be an interesting experience. Like, the only ones I've beaten so far are, Windy Landscape, 8-0, Ultimate Demon Mix, and if you want to count it, Supersonic. And I don't know what the fifth one could be. I mean, it could be Acropolis, or it could be High by Carmel, because I somewhat know that one. Oh man, that click also sucks when you click too early on that. I don't know what it is. Sometimes with that straight fly, my ship just goes straight down like that. It's so strange. Evasium, man. What is up with your UFO, dude? God. I've died to that part, like, twice. The same exact orb, in the same exact place. Like, I feel like if you literally layered them up, it would be like the same pixel. I don't know what it is, but that jump is so annoying. And like, the most annoying thing about 11 is that it's not that you run into the spike directly, it's that you barely hit it. Like you see how that's like barely hitting it? That's the annoying thing about 11%. Is that it's not that you obviously hit the spike, it's that you barely hit it. Which is even worse. Because that's like the game saying, bro, you could have made it, but you didn't. Man, okay, now it's this one. See, the weird thing about that wave in particular is that it's like the spikes are placed so weirdly. And it's like a wave part that, man, I don't think that's really a wave part you can get fully consistent at, unless you can. And I'm just doing it wrong. But like, I don't think I've ever seen anyone be like extra consistent at that particular wave. I think it's always like a make or break. It's like 4-2 in it's like 4-2 in Super Mario Bros, you know? Like when people speedrun it, that's a make or break level. You mess that level up, your speedrun is over. That's what that wave part is like to me. Speaking of Super Mario Bros, I have tried speedrunning it in the past. I've tried speedrunning it in the past, but I think my record is probably like 7 minutes. 7 minutes, probably nothing in like nothing special, because I think the record is quite literally 4:54 or something. I still remember when 4:55 first came about by Cosmic, which I think was really cool. I remember, I wasn't there on the stream, but I remember when he posted the video. Man, what is this? Like, what is that? Okay, now I'm just dying to dumb shit. It's like that thing that always happens though. When you play a level, I mean this applies to any game. When you play a level for a while, you're like worse at it, and then you start dying to like the easy parts. I think it's like a demoralized thing. I'm not really sure, but I don't know if it's like, could be psychological. But then there's those random times that you just clutch up. I don't know how. And that's definitely not happening here. But some people do. Like, they could be playing like trash, and then suddenly they get an attempt that's like really good. That's like when I think when Riot was verifying this level, I think I remember on the stream the last couple attempts, because I was actually present at the stream. Fun fact actually about me is I was there when Riot beat Bloodbath, which I hold that memory dearly. But his like attempts before that attempt that he beat it, I think they were just like absolutely trash attempts. Like he kept, I think one of them he died to like, one of them he died to this ball right here, and then the next one I think he died to the ball part that's right here. I forget exactly, but his like last few attempts before the good one, he did not get very good runs. And then suddenly, out of nowhere, he just beats it. That might be the way I pull this off, because I think that's how it happened with, Cataclysm. How am I clicking that early, bro? Okay, see, now I'm just dying to dumb shit. I died to the same place twice. Like, brother. There you go. I just had to say something. I just had to say something, bro. Maybe I gotta pull a maybe I gotta Bloodbath. Maybe I gotta pull a Riot, and when I get to that part, just say swag. Because Riot, I remember he was having problems with Michigan as well. I'm sure everyone has problems with Michigan's part. Swag. The swag helped. The swag helped somehow. But now I have 48 times 3, bro. But let me just go ahead and update the stream title. Times 3. That might be the play. I think Riot was onto something. See, the weird thing is that so you know the whole I'm sure everyone knows this. But you know the whole swag or crack, or the swag or quack thing, where people thought Riot said quack and not swag? Well, you know, Riot recently confirmed in a Vernosis interview that he said swag, but I'm sure he's confirmed that before. And people know that, but they still think he said quack, which is insane. But now, you know, Riot said it himself on that interview that it was indeed swag. And, the weird thing is when he said it, I didn't hear quack. I didn't hear quack or swag. I swear to you, I heard crack. Like Crack's part in Bloodbath. Like, that's what I thought he said. I thought he said crack. I didn't hear quack or swag. I heard crack, bro. You know, crack, like the drug. But, like, that's what I thought he said for some reason, like, initially. But now I know he said swag. Even before the Vernosis interview, he has said before that he said, swag. I forget exactly where he said it, but I think it was on Twitter, I think. Jesus Christ, I'm doing bad at the thing about the Michigan straight fly is that I think with this particular ship, the way the hitbox is, the bottom of the ship can go into the spikes slightly. When I come off the spikes on that straight fly in Michigan's part, I swear, like once the bottom of my ship is no longer in those spikes, I'm just dead. Unless I can somehow save it. Man, that, like, I don't know exactly what, like, I don't think they're frame perfects, are they, in Michigan's UFO? I don't think so. They're just really tight. I don't think they're frame perfects, or else it'd be a lot harder. See, like, as soon as I go slightly above that, I'm just dead. And there goes 11% again. Man, I clicked early. I did that twice. I mean, if it helps anything, I'm getting a little bit more consistent with this beginning part, which I'm happy with. And I've gotten past Michigan more times today than I ever have. And as I say that, I die to the freaking triple spike. Now I clicked too late. Like, I don't know why I feel like that shouldn't count as a death. Like, they aren't like, I mean, they're touching, technically, but like, you know. But I think it's weird because with the way that's going in, I feel like if I went a frame back, then they would be like touching, you know? Like they would be like interlaced with each other. Why don't I die then? Like, why do I die at like the frame afterwards? Man, why does the mini ship keep doing that? The mini ship physics never cease to amaze me, bro. Like, that's what I expect. Like, that's what I'm looking for. But that just does not happen. Man, how... That's a pixel. That's a literal pixel. Man, that spike, dude. That particular spike. And also that other spike I pointed out earlier, dude. They both suck. I don't even know what happened to my ship there. Man, I don't know how I keep managing to do that. I keep managing to click slightly early in places that I was never, like, really clicking early to before. What was that? This mini ball, like, Wio's mini ball has its own issues. And that damn 6% mini ship transition. I mean, it sucks going from like upside down to right side up mid straight fly, let alone it being right side up and mini ship. That's why I will most likely never beat buff this. Because it does... See, man, like, I don't know why that happens. Like, because I feel like even if you're, like, slightly early there, or slightly late when you click, I feel like you should enter the portal the same way. And, I mean, it's, like, barely a difference. I guess GD physics don't see it that way. Once again, you see what I mean? It's always like barely. It's always barely with 11%. Okay, well this time, I don't even know what happened there. It did that bounce thing. Except it did it way higher than it normally does. I don't know. Y'all ever feel that with the mini ship? Mini ship is like almost unpredictable sometimes where it'll go. It's so weird. Like mini ship has the strangest physics. Like I don't even understand how something like this happens. Oh, see, it's also this one. This is exactly why. I mean, what even happened there? Like, I don't know what it is. GD is very prone to void clicks. Like, what even is that? Like, it's possible to click too fast on that part, but that entire part is 3 times speed. So, like, Jesus. Somehow, I possess the CPS necessary to click faster than that. Anyway, what I was gonna say is no disrespect, or I don't want to disrespect Michigan, right? I don't want to disrespect him, but man, his part in Bloodbath is fucking ass. His part in this level is just not great. And I mean, it's not supposed to be, because it's an extreme demon. But like, man, he could have made his part slightly easier and this level still would have been like the freaking top one in 2015. I'm talking about the wave. Like, I'm not even the other parts of Michigan's part. Like, I'm talking about the wave, dude. You could have made the wave easier, and this level still would have been the top one. Now it's the first one. Like, brother. I have the entirety, because now that I think about it, I think I literally have the entirety of Bloodbath down in like 2 runs. Like, I remember doing, from like crack, I think I did crack all the way to 100 at one point. I think, if I remember properly. On the copyable that I've got. You know what? Let me find out. Because it might actually be 60 to 100 and I'm just like misremembering. 53 to 95, which I got that. Yeah, it's actually 60 to 100. I've almost got, wait, no, don't do this. But I've almost got the whole level down in 2 runs. Which is crazy. I'm just missing like 12%, which is in the middle. But honestly, I'm not too stressed about it, really. Honestly, that 12% I think is really just the end of crack. Because 60, I think, is the beginning of Asonic. So that other 12%, I mean, it's either the entirety of crack, or it's just like, no, I think it'd be halfway through crack, because 48% is still crack. I don't know, but 12% of the level is what I'm missing. Man, like, literally, as soon as I start veering up, I'm just done. And I don't know what it is. Like, it's mainly with slow straight fly that happens. Like, that fast straight fly right there, I barely die to. But, like, for some reason, with normal speed or really slow speed straight fly, I just have a harder time doing it. Not saying I don't ever die to fast straight fly, but you know what I'm saying. See, that's another thing, is that sometimes you can hit that portal and you click, but you click slightly too late, and it just doesn't register you click, and then you just fall. Or it registers your click, but you hit the cube portal before you click. Even if by a literal frame, you're just cooked. God, man. Like, what is that? Christ. Somehow that's still registered. I don't know how. I don't know how that click still registered, but it did. come on, dude. A pixel. A literal pixel. Whoa, that was way too close. Man, like, come on, dude. That freaking wave. That wave sucks so much, man. And so does 11%. Like, man, somehow I can click faster. Somehow I can click faster than that. Man, the last triple. The last one, dude. I was literally so ready for that wave, too. Man, like, I'm starting to play like trash. Man, like, now I'm starting to like, it really is this thing where you play a level long enough, suddenly you start dying to the easy parts. Like, I really don't know what that is. Some psychological thing with your brain. Like, you'll notice that even with, like, speedrunners and stuff. They play something for long enough, eventually they suck at it. Man, like, again, this spike, what is it about this one in particular? I die to this one way more than I die to this one. I swear to you, I feel like Michigan did that on purpose. Like, just intended for that particular spike. He's beyond the grave messing with me, bro. Man, the first one now? God, what is it with that wave? It sucks, because I never usually die to that wave at 0, and now I've died to it at 0 so many times. Come on, man. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna stream for. Just gonna stream until I feel like I really can't do it. Like, pixel, dude. A literal pixel. I guess now that we're here, I will say, guess what I've come to find out? So, like, there's parts in Cataclysm where it looks like you die to nothing. But, hold on, let me focus up. Anyway. There are parts in Cataclysm where it looks like you die to nothing, but as it turns out, there are some objects that, I don't know if it's the fault of the people who made the show hitboxes on death, or if it's RobTop, but for some reason, some objects don't have visible hitboxes, like when you die to them, and I think, like those spike objects, did you see those? Like the little tiny black spikes, you can die to those, but they don't have a hitbox. Like, or at least not one that's visible, and I don't know, once again, I don't know if that's a RobTop thing, or a, oh hey Paper, I didn't even realize you were here. I don't know if that's a RobTop thing, or if that's a, that's the developers who made the show hitboxes on death, but it's really annoying that you can't see those hitboxes. because then it's not clear fully what you died to. Nothing much really, I'm just playing Bloodbath. I got to 48% twice today. Indeed. I don't know about fun, but, you know. Oh, see, now it's this one. I think it's honestly mostly the top spikes. Like this one, this one, this one. Heck, it could probably even be one of these too. It's like the top spikes. It's never the bottom ones, except for this bullcrap that happened earlier. But it's never the bottom ones. It was probably a millennium ago that you booted GD. A couple months ago, huh? It didn't jump. Did you see that? It didn't jump. That's the worst place to get a void click, bro. I mean, GD mechanics are really not that hard to... They're not that hard to understand. They're not hard to understand, but they are, like, hard to get used to. Especially going from 2.1 to 2.2 graphics. Or not graphics, mechanics. Because, good lord, let me tell you, the ship on 2.2 mechanics is the worst. Especially upside down. Bought GD on Steam like 4 years ago. I don't think I beat the first... Really? You haven't beat Stereo Madness? I'd play Stereo Madness if it wasn't for the fact that the music is copyrighted. Man, I'm playing like trash, dude. I've gotten to a point now where I can literally just... Like, when I play Stereo Madness, I could just autopilot. I could have a full conversation with someone while playing it and beat it. Man, 41. So, funny story. I used to have 41. 41 used to be my best. Like, I got 41% like over a year ago. Was like before I started taking Bloodbath like more seriously, like over a year ago, I had gotten 41%. That is exactly how I died. That that is exactly the way it happened. Like, literally, nothing even slightly wrong. Like, that's exactly how I died. on GD. I'm pretty sure most of the hours ain't even you. What do you mean? Is it you? Is someone else playing your GD? Yeah, Bloodbath. I mean, to give you an idea, Bloodbath I think is like the 700. Damn it. There's like there's like 100 million levels in this game. Like literally, quite literally, it goes up to like right now. I think it's like 140 or 150 million levels in this game. This level is like 700 something. Like, hold on, I could search up on the RDL really quick. Usually let my friends take over after I rage quit in 3. Oh, okay, that makes sense. So most of your hours are from them. So there's like like over 100 million levels in this game, right? Bloodbath, according to this list, is the 796th hardest level in the game. So, if that gives you an idea of how hard Bloodbath is, but I'm sure, well, 100 million levels, but like they're not all rated, you know. There's probably like only 30,000 rated levels or something. I don't know. But let's see. Well over 40,000 rated levels, so you know, Bloodbath being rated 796 hardest out of like all of them, you know. But the Bloodbath, I mean, my current hardest, not really according to me, but according to this list, is actually Hypersonic, since Hypersonic is actually harder than Cataclysm. But Hypersonic is currently 1,304th place on this list. So I beat the 1,304th hardest level. And then Cataclysm, 1,411th. So yeah. No, there is no, if you think Top made over 100 million levels, Jesus Christ. No, people make levels. Like, this level was made by a team of people. This level was not made by Top. Jesus, imagine someone making 100 million levels for their game. Man, see, like, hold on. Okay. But like, I thought I could have made it there, but for some reason it's always like slightly veering up. You see how my ship is slightly veering up like that? As soon as that happens, I'm cooked, because like these hitboxes, man. And I really don't know how that happens on Wio's part. What's crazy is that Wio's part, I think it's the only part that doesn't have like a visible name. The only thing you have is that logo at the beginning, which I think is his cube icon, but like, I think that's his icon, but like, I'm not really sure. I actually don't know what Wio uses as his icon, but it must be that one. How's Tivik done? I haven't talked to him in a while. I have no idea. I think the last time I talked to him, it was about like the there was a documentary called Tim, and it was about Avicii. I think that's the last time I talked to him. And that was like a year ago. It's been too long. I mean, I still have his Discord. I could message him, but like, I don't know. The last time him and I actually did something together, like a collab, was like the end of 2023. I think it was the end of 2023. Him and I made a song to end the year. I forgot what it was called, but I know it exists. Oh, 11%. 11%, man. Like, look at this. 11%, 126 times. Compared to everything else, like 10 and 12% are still in the single digit. Like, Jesus. I honestly don't even remember. Did we work on something? I don't know. If we did, you know what? I think I do remember. Okay. That makes more sense. That's why I don't remember anything. I mean, if we did, I mean, I don't really have that much of a recollection, to be honest. But I think if we did work on something, I definitely don't have it anymore. But you know what I do remember? Was it putting out a short about fixing up a trash-ass FLP I sent you? Oh man, a short, I mean maybe, but man, it's been too long. You know what? Actually, hold on, now that I think about it, was there something about sidechain? I think I remember it being about sidechain, because you used to not sidechain. Either that, or you only put, no, I think, hold on, I think, if I remember correctly, it was about the sidechain, but I think it's also, you didn't put, like, kicks on every beat. I think you put a single kick in a bar. You put one kick in one bar and you didn't put it on all the beats, so it just went dun, dun, yeah. And it was so weird, and I think I fixed that. A kick in a bar is insane, yeah. You gotta put them on every beat, bro. Have you even made music at all? Like, recently? Or have you just quit? No, fair enough. I still make music all the freaking time. Oh, yo. Another person on stream? Wild. My chat's finally filling up. Aura was the last thing I worked on back in 2023. Yeah, that's a while ago. Christ. How the hell? Papaya? Is that how you say that? Papaya 2 for skill boost. Play it fully. I have no idea what the hell that is. I ain't gonna lie. With a name like that, I feel like I honestly shouldn't touch it. Jesus Christ. Let's see. I did actually spend a decent bit of time working on a remix for... Huh. Never ended up releasing it, huh? I mean... Bro, if you, do you, like, if you were to make music right now, would you actually know what you're doing still? It's a level, Sherlock Holmes. Damn, like, why am I sucking at that straight fly now? Honestly, maybe. I mean, if you like, I mean, to me, I think, if I quit music for a while and then started doing it again, it'd probably be like, I mean, I like to think of it as like riding a bike. You don't exactly forget it. It's kind of like muscle memory. But, I mean, with music, it would be different. FL is mostly just muscle memory. I mean, I would say so. I would say so. I mean, like, if I left FL for a while, and unless they completely changed the layout, then I'd basically know what I'm doing. I mean, I started using FL when, like, the first version of FL 20 came out. And FL 2026 still looks exactly the same. Man, the one time I passed that part, I died of the freaking mini wave. See, the worst part, I think the worst part about this wave is the only thing that's real are these spikes and these like invisible blocks underneath it. All this stuff, you can go through these. And it makes it so awkward because it's like you can go here and not hit this and then you hit this freaking spike. So, I hate that. I really hate that. I wish they just did what Bloodlust did and just made those real. Anyway, never ended up actually buying FL. I still have the same pirated version. I did end up buying it. I have the producer edition. And honestly, yeah, I remember him. the one who gave it to you? Yeah. The one who gave it to me was another person that I know that I don't think you know. But I used to have, like I used to have, like, when I started using 20.0 initially, it was, I had, like, the trial, and then eventually, when 2021 came out, I was using the, a crack version. And then I didn't buy FL until, March of 2025 was when I bought it. And I've honestly been happy. I mean, it depends on the version that you get. Because, I got the one that was, it was on a sale, I think. So it was like $199. That's the one I got. The difference is mainly, like, the plugins that you get. So, like, with the Producer Edition, you get, like, a certain amount of plugins. And then with the Signature Bundle, you get slightly more. And then with the All Plugins Edition, you get them all. With the All Plugins Edition being like, that one's like, I don't freaking know, like maybe $700, I don't know. It's pretty up there in price. It does not. Well, I don't know. The very first edition, Fruity Edition, that one's like $99. But you can barely do anything in that edition. So the Producer Edition is mainly what you want to go with. And that definitely will not stop VSTs. I mean, I don't know if Fruity Edition stops VSTs, but it definitely is not ideal. It's like the worst edition of FL. Because I think it was mainly intended... It was mainly intended for a different purpose. I might honestly end stream soon, because now I'm starting to play, like, terribly. You know what is crazy? The Mac version of, FL, like, if you were to crack it, you can only get up to 20.8. So, like, if anyone's using a crack of FL on, like, a Mac, most likely they're using the 20.8 version. It doesn't go up to 2021, 2020, whatever, like, the versions, you know. And I think the reason for that, or FL 21, and then it goes to FL 2024, I think, and then 2025, 2026. But with the Mac version, I think it only goes up to 20.8.3. And I think the reason for that is because starting in 20.9, ImageLine changed the way licenses work. So, like, you used to just download the license from the website, and then you just drag it into your FL, and then it would activate. But I just realized, I don't know if I'm being quiet. And I don't know if this is freaking loud or if you can hear me. FL stands for Fruity Loops. But okay, that's good to know. But with what was I talking about? FL 20.9 changed the way like how you do it, because before, when you'd get FL, you would download the license from the website. Keyboard is really loud, but I assume that's on purpose. That's because it's like really close to the mic. It's not really a keyboard, it's just like a little device that I play with. But 20.9 changed the way that you do it. So like before, you download it off the website, your license, and then you drag it in, and then it would open. But now, you have to actually type in your account, because now it actually makes you log in like in a more traditional way. You could do that, or you could somewhere on the page you could click the generate like this file thing, and it'll make a file, and then you have to drag it onto the ImageLine website, and then it'll spit out a license, and then you drag that into your FL, and then it works. So they changed the way that it works in 20.9, and people on Windows, they found a way to bypass it, but on Mac, I don't think they figured it out, and I don't know if they ever will figure it out. And I think it's mainly because in the Mac scene, there's less people who pirate stuff on Mac, because Mac is not as like big as Windows is, and Windows is also a lot more it's a lot more like compatible with certain cracks, because it's easy to change, like it's easy to manipulate or change code in Windows. But on Mac OS is a very closed OS, not like Windows, you know? So it's kind of harder to do things like that on it. Mostly just use my Mac for school stuff. I have a Mac Mini right over here. I mainly use it for video editing and stuff. And I mean, there are like Mac cracks for stuff, but it's mostly the things I'm finding that they make cracks for are like Mac software, you know? Because I'm assuming it's easy to crack. Because you can find many cracks of things like Apple apps on different websites. And they're really easy to install because like Apple has a really simple install process for things. In fact, sometimes you don't even have to install things at all. You just double click a DMG file and a box pops up, and you just drag something into the applications folder, and that's it. On Windows, you have to go through a whole download process. I'm probably going to stop streaming once it hits 5 o'clock, which is in like 12 minutes for me. I don't know what time that's going to be for you guys, but it's going to be 5 o'clock for me. Yeah, but FL did, they did that, and I don't think they've changed the, I don't think they've changed the way it works, since. I think it works the exact same way. But, you know, people on Windows, like, all the pirates, they will find a way to bypass anything. They're good at reverse engineering stuff. $1 a.m., that's crazy. do basically live on the other side of the world. True. Man. Yeah, I think I do. I think I made a video for that one time, like promoting the place. Man, that damn wave, man. That was like really long ago, dude. That was probably like 2021, probably. Did also want to thank you for actually being nice to me back in 2021 on Discord. Because 2021 Discord was not a safe place for an 11-year-old. Jesus, yeah. Discord, man. I feel like even before 2020, like, honestly, when the 2020s in general rolled around, Discord, like, took a weird turn. I remember Discord in 2018 was really not that bad. I think even in 2017, Discord was, like, tame. But then, like, the 2020s came around, and it's like a bunch of weirdos and a bunch of dicks popped up on Discord. I feel like nowadays you'd be more prone to get groomed on Discord. Well, actually, no. I would probably say maybe like last year or the year before you were more prone to get groomed, but nowadays Discord, they like watch your conversations and stuff. Oh yeah, of course, man. You know, I try to be nice to everybody, you know. I try not to be a dick. I know sometimes I am, but you know, I try not to be. I'm never usually that, I mean, like, you know, I'm a little bit open to talking about it because, like, you know, I think I've said it many times, but I am a person of autism, you know. I am autistic. Not particularly high on the spectrum, but I still do have my own problems, my own quirks, you know. And one of the things about autistic people is that we tend to be a little more angry than average people. And angry is, you know, it's a little loose. I say that a little loosely, but sometimes even me, I try to work on it a little bit, but sometimes I just crash out at like really small things. And it's not that I want to, it's just that that's the only way I really know how to respond. But, you know, I don't want to be that way. So, like, for a while, you know, I've been trying to be like, you know, try not to be a douchebag, you know, and try to be as nice to everybody as I can. And, you know, I would say in recent years, I'm a little bit better. a little bit better. I remember, oh man, dude, my early teenage years, I was a freaking prick, dude. I was terrible. I was terrible back then. But, now I'm a little bit older now. I'm an adult and I've worked on myself a bit and things have gotten better. I never was with you. I mean, that's good. Good that I was never a prick. I mean, I remember being a douche to people on Discord. I mean, sometimes I'm even like that with my family too. But, I try to work on myself all the time. I still have my quirks. And I never will be perfect because autism's not a thing that just goes away. But you can learn to manage it, which is what I'm doing. And even then, you still have your moments. You'll never be absolutely perfect. Like I remember, um, specifically a thing with me, and I don't know if this happens with like other people. Like I feel like this is also a general thing that happens to some people, autistic or not, but I think it mostly happens with autistic people. I have a weird problem with being ignored, and whether being ignored on purpose or being ignored like on accident, sometimes I just crash out at that. I remember I used to play Fortnite with like an old friend who I'm not friends with anymore, but like I used to play with them, and then I'd like I don't know, I would need like ammo or something, and then I'd ask for ammo, and then she like wouldn't say anything, and then I'd be like, bro, why the fuck are you ignoring me? Like I used to say that shit, but then she never did it on purpose. But man, like I don't know why, but I used to crash out really hard at that, and I do regret that. How my life. I don't know how I managed to live. Oh well, I'm dead. I do regret those, but can't really do anything about it now. You can't change the past. All you really can do is just try to improve on yourself for the future. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's a ton of people, autistic or not autistic, that have crashed out for similar reasons. But I mean, the thing I've mostly learned is that not everything like has a thing to respond to. Like there's some things people say that you just don't know how to respond to like that. And I've learned that. And not saying I'm perfect. There was one time recently I actually crashed out over being ignored, not on purpose, but like, you know, just like they missed what I said. But not like on purpose. I was in like a group chat with a couple people, and some of those people got some loud ass microphones, and it's easy for me, who doesn't speak very loud, to get to like for them to not hear me. But like, you know, but I've also learned that there's some things that people say that other people, they just don't have a response to, or they don't know how to respond. So, you know, just gotta be chill with people. Not everything has an answer. That's the way I can put it. Well said. Appreciate that. I honestly thought I was, I thought I was messing up saying that, to be honest, because I had to figure out the words to put it in. Anyway, I'm gonna go with like, it's 5 o'clock right now. I'm gonna do one more attempt. This is the attempt we're gonna end on. All right, great. we're actually, I'm gonna do one more. This is the attempt we're ending on. Okay, you know what? I'm doing one more because that lagged. I got a lag spike. Alright. Ah, screw it. I'm doing it again. Let me get past 11%, bro. I do not want to have 11% as my last attempt. I'd rather die. 7, bro. I'm just gonna get an attempt past 11 and then I'll end. Are you kidding me? 11 again? Man, that was such a good attempt. You know what? I'll end off with that. I'll happily take that. Well, Bloodbath. Honestly, I would say today was probably some of my best consistency, especially getting past Michigan. I retch Evasium more times than I thought I was going to. So, happy with that. And I also got 48% twice. Didn't get a new best, but, the consistency is what matters most. So, as you can see right here, 48% 3 times. And, yeah, I'd basically say, getting a little bit better. A little bit better at it. I mean, at the rate I'm going, I'd say it'd probably take me another few months to actually beat Bloodbath. And yes, I say months because I feel like it's definitely not going to be this month or the next month. But, slow progress, but progress nonetheless. Let's see, how long have I been playing today? Is there a session playtime? It's been like an hour 55, but yeah. Well, there you go. There's my stream for the day. Honestly, I need to start actually doing streams. I need to start doing streams at this time, because man, I play better in the afternoon time. Alright, well, I'll just go ahead and end it off right here. So, I appreciate everybody who came out and watched. And, what I was gonna say is I noticed I play a lot better with the in-game CBS rather than the mod CBF. But anyway, so thank you everybody so much for coming out to the live. And I don't know when my next live is gonna be, but hopefully soon. And hopefully I actually have as much enthusiasm as I did today. And I'll probably beat Bloodbath in like the next coming months. Which is incredible to think about, because Bloodbath is truly a dream level. Well, no, there was that other guy that joined for a small period of time. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off right here. See ya, everybody.